Dubai is not for everyone, and everyone is not for Dubai. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't expect all of this, and I don't think many people do, because they look at you now and think, oh, the king of off-plan real estate in Dubai, and just must have been so easy for you and so smooth, and you just came so early. But you've almost had to reset a few times.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
So it's the advantage that you kind of had from being here was more knowledge, more than anything, I think, and just having seen the different markets, as opposed to business hasn't built up over that period of time. It's stopped.
Honestly, this is what's happening at the moment has really only happened in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
For me. And a lot to do with social media, a lot to do with the market, of course. And a lot to do with Dubai, because Dubai back in 2007, 2008 was like, oh, come here, everything's crazy. We're going to do the biggest, the greatest, the largest, the finest, the brightest, gold machine. It's all in whatever and vision. It was. I mean, there's no real substance. They weren't backing it up with anything. And I think in the last, but Dubai did an incredibly good job in coping with COVID.
Yeah.
And that's what really changed everybody's minds about Dubai. Forget about the oil price, forget about whatever that would have happened. They did an amazing organizational job around COVID. And we hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know I mean, it was hard for us at the time. The fact that we couldn't leave the house for 3 months.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, because I'd just done a big deal with Shoba.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, it was perfect timing. And I just kind of enjoyed it. It was a 1 month full lockdown.
Was it only a month?
But yeah, like full lockdown. You couldn't leave the door. You couldn't leave your door, basically. Yeah. And then after that, it was kind of slowly returning back to normal, just wearing the masks and staying. And then we were, but yeah, I think 3 months in total where it was really restricted. Then there was the 11 p.m. curfew, which I never quite understood. COVID can't come out in the evenings. But yeah, but you see everyone else in and out of lockdowns, of businesses being shut down, and yeah, they did an amazing job.
Amazing job. And I think that's what the rest of the world took notice of that. And then also people from all over the world recognized, hang on a minute, my government's just given loads of money around to people who can't work. Who's going to pay that? Oh dear, my taxes are going to increase. They didn't really do a very good job. Almost every country in the world didn't do a good job. Australians are still complaining about it. Americans, it was atrocious what's going on there. Is it true? Is it not? Is it true? Etc. UK, terrible job. So a lot of European countries lost a lot of people during COVID because they just didn't manage it. I think here we have the lowest death rate per person per head.
Yeah.
There was some island in the middle of the Pacific that was slightly better than ours because no one ever went there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was amazing what they did. And I think the rest of the world just sat up and thought, oh, these guys, they know what they're doing. And this looks like a nice place because there's no tax. It's safe. And the government's done an amazing job. And I really loved it. And I think that's where I think all of us have enjoyed the fruits of that organization and what the government did.
Yeah.
Over the last, what is it? Is it 5 years now?
5 years, yeah. 2025, yeah. It's, I always say that I feel incredibly lucky because I randomly came across Dubai because there was nothing else going on in Wigan, where I'm from, to be honest, in terms of opportunity. And when we came in 2013, not quite as far back as you, but it wasn't what it is today. And again, it was a lot of promise and a lot of talk, but before COVID, it wasn't really happening that much. And, it's just now become such an amazing place that we would never think about leaving. But it wasn't that when we came. We didn't really look at, okay, what are the options in the world? Where can we go? Let's plan it out. We just kind of fell into it. And it's now something that we never imagined, to be honest. So,
do you think you'll ever leave?
I don't think so. No idea, no plans, no real thought about or vision where I would go apart from Dubai, to be honest. There was looking at school, so we're kind of fixed for the next, 16, 18 years, I think.
So back in the day when I was in the UK, you went to dinner with friends or having a meal, having a drink, and it was like everybody talked about mortgages and tax and mortgages. That's it. That's what you... But here, the question on everybody is that, what are you going to do? What's your plan?
Yeah.
Now I don't think even people ask that question anymore because they know that everybody's going to stay.
Yeah.
But there was this thing where it was always going to be quite temporary.
Yeah.
It was temporary. It was like,
We're going next.
where are you going next? Yeah. Exactly. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you retire? What's your future plans? Yeah. When are you going to go back to the UK? And now, I mean, look, it's not for everyone. Anybody listening to this or watching this has to understand that it's Dubai is not for everyone, and everyone is not for Dubai. It's as simple as that. And just if someone described Dubai to me properly before I got here, I would never have come.
Not in 2003.
You just think, well, there's no culture. Yes, there is. There's loads.
Yeah,
it's just sand. It's hot. It's really hot. No, it's not. There's lots of air conditioning. There's all these things that they could have done.
Yeah,
it's Sheikh Zayed Road, one of the most dangerous roads in the world. You don't want to drive.
Yeah, actually,
it's fine. It's like all these things. I mean, I had to when this young guy asked me to come and work here, I had to not Google it because Google didn't exist, but ask Julie Offs. I went to them, asked Steve. Yeah, that was about Dubai. Tell me about the currency. How much money should I earn?
Wow.
Yeah, just stuff like that.
Yeah, incredible.
So yeah. So I'm in love with Dubai.
Yeah,
you too.
Me too. Yeah, I can definitely tell.
Yeah, we're all a bit smug, really, because we're living in a place that is. I don't know if you're a 22-year-old, 25-year-old in the UK or anywhere else in the world, from any nationality really or any area, you must be thinking, why not? Why don't I come to Dubai? You must be thinking, it must be on. It's one of those places. So do I go and get a job in the city and work in the financial or work in a bank, or my friend's gone to Dubai, he's doing all right.
Yeah,
I've been there on holiday. It's a really nice place. I think maybe it's got to be one of those options for sure.
Yeah,
probably even when you're at school, you might even be thinking, Dubai is one of the a career option.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, then you have to go to any developer's launch and you can see all the young guys from all over the world.
Yeah,
who have chosen to work in real estate. Yeah. And there's no accident. You go to the car showrooms, you go to any shops, everybody, people, it's and it's not always just about money. It's about the opportunities that this country is going to give you.
Yeah, I think, I have 2 kids now and I just couldn't imagine wanting to be anywhere else, to be honest. I think it's great.
So sick. Do your kids at school?
Yeah, the thought, First is at school.
So how old is that?
3. Say school. Here it's school. No, nursery. Okay, but it really is a school.
What do you mean? What's the
nice uniform, start and finish?
3-year-old has 3 uniform.
Yeah,
they're only just out of nappies.
I know. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's great. I mean, she loves it, and
the way of making money, isn't it? Still school uniform.
Exactly, it is. It's a great business. Yeah, but no, it's it's great, and just not having that thought of safety and not having that worry about these things that you see happening all over the world. It's just nice feeling.
All the different nationalities they go to school with your kids.
Yeah.
They're open to everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it really is.
When I went to school, and if there was one guy from India, it was like,
yeah, same.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the it's amazing here. It's incredible. Yeah, it's brilliant. So obviously, you went to the UK, back into real estate, into house and house, and built an incredible business. I think from back when you came to Thailand, came back to Port, went back to the UK. From that point, there's been a lot of ups and downs. You talked about having your own business for some time, which isn't for everyone.
No,
but I think it's great that you recognize that. You had to go through the experience to kind of know that. But I think that's a huge challenge that people have. The hardest thing is to know yourself. And then what you said before about I am not that person to run a business and to deal with HR and people not coming in. Do you think you've got sometimes experienced that to know yourself? Because
look, I thought I wanted to leave Dubai, and I I had this plan that I was going to work towards going back to the UK, and I went back to the UK and got it out of my system.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to run my own business, and I tried that, and I've now got it out of my system, and I will never, ever do it again. Never. I mean, there are lots of things I'd love to set up businesses here in Dubai because I think there's huge amounts of opportunities. And the first thing that comes into my head is I have to deal with staff and I have to deal with customers.
Yeah.
I can imagine having a coffee shop here, you see the attitude of people who go into coffee shops and the staff, all those issues. You just think, well, that's a very simple trading business.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's fraught with issues. I just look at it and think, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm happy where I am. I'm really happy. I work for an amazing real estate company. And I'm not just saying that because I'm being recorded. Genuinely, I believe that they are an amazingly well-run business where everything I need is done. If I don't need it, then there's no one's telling me, oh, you have to do this. I can get on with the way I work. I do all my social media stuff. I come into work. No one's saying, oh, you have to be at work at this time. You have to do this. You have to do that. This is the way.
Freedom.
Yeah, because they know I'm not going to.
For you or for the team?
I think to an extent, it's almost, if we see people are working hard and they're being honest and they're trustworthy and they're not lying and etc., pretty much anything you can, guess if you came into work every day at 11 o'clock and missed every single meeting, because we have morning meetings quite often. And we have developers come into the office. So if you're not getting involved in that thing, it's not really house and house. People say that house and house is very corporate. It's not that. We're not corporate in that sense. We're just really professional.
Yeah.
And I love all that. I love the fact that we've got amazing people doing all the admin. We've got amazing everything. Great offices.
Yeah.
My birthday. Lovely coffee shop in the office now.
Yeah.
You've been there.
You've been there, yeah.
Kind of so good, but
really doesn't feel like an office.
Lovely bunch of people. Great culture. There's no, what's it? This, some of the companies you worked at in the past, these, what are they called? Those men, what's they called? They called those guys?
I don't know.
Anyway, we lost. What are they called? Those, that, all into fitness, shouting and screaming. What are they called?
Type A?
Type A again.
Yeah. No.
I mean, there are a few guys who are doing all that, but there's no attitude.
Yeah.
There's no toxicity. That's definitely where I get.
Well, how would you describe the culture?
Collaborative. Yeah, I think everybody tries to work with each other. There's no real.
How is that encouraged? Because that can be a big challenge in real estate offices that I've seen, because it's kind of every man for them. It is every man for themselves,
because it isn't with us.
But it's not with you.
Everybody, we have teams who specialize in certain areas. And even in my side of the business, which is off-plan investments, we have small teams who all work together for the greater good of the company. And I'll be honest, I think, I've said this before, the secret recipe for us is our CRM system. I mean, it's built for real estate. I think we're the only company in all of the UAE who uses this particular piece of software, although probably 80% of real estate companies in the UK use it, estate agents. It's called Reapit.
Yeah.
And it encourages transparency. So everybody can see what everybody's got for sale. Everybody's got to see what everybody's got for rent. And people do sometimes keep stuff hidden. We find those people out and we can tell them off.
Yeah.
Tell them that isn't how we work. So, and everybody works as a team. So you'll find we have this WhatsApp group, which is reports on what sales are. We don't mention figures. The money side of things is never really talked about, except at the monthly meeting. So when we see how much money the company's made, etc., where we are against budget. But you'll see on the list, collaborative. There's a lot of joint deals. Maybe even as many as 3 or 4 people will have touched on a deal.
Wow.
But that's where you learn a lot. You you do deals, you're selling other people's in your team's properties. You're all working together to make it happen. And that's I think that's probably one of our greatest strengths, is that collaboration. Now, it's not for everyone, because some people want to just do their own thing, but they don't master it on the fence, and they are.
Yeah, certainly not in-house now.
Snap. We've got guys who've been there 10 years working in the same company. We've got quite a few people like that.
Yeah. Speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Successfully as well.
Yeah.